How's it going, crew? This is Happy Days, and welcome to another Top 5 Friday, where each week we take a look at my personal top 5 preferences for something in Terraria. We've already had a look at wings and summons, and weapons has been requested a lot. And I said to some of you, we're going to have to break weapons down a bit, because there is a lot of weapons in Terraria. So this week we're looking at magic weapons. Now, before we get started, what I just want to say quickly is my criteria for picking weapons is there's a few things. Power is one of them, obviously. They've got to be strong, but there's also their usefulness. There's their mana drain comes into it pretty full on, and also when you can actually acquire it in the game. So, you know, can you get it straight away? Do you have to wait a while? Can you make it yourself? Is it a rare drop? So, a lot of things to consider. So let's get started with number 5. Number 5 on my list is the Space Gun. The Space Gun is a pre-hard mode magic weapon that is kind of like a gun, but it channels mana to fire, which is pretty cool. Now, the cool thing about this gun is that, firstly, it's used by a lot of people who speedrun through pre-hard mode. The amazing thing about it is it costs 0 mana if you're wearing a whole suit made out of meteorite. In order to get a meteorite to fall, which is what you can collect the meteorite ore from, first thing you need to do is smash a Crimson Heart or a Shadow Orb, which are in the Crimson and Corruption respectively. Then all you've got to do is wait for the message, which is, you'll get a message that says a meteorite has landed. I don't think it takes too long usually, and it can happen anywhere on your game world. Okay, once you've smashed your orb or heart and you've got that lovely message that a meteorite has landed, you have a little look around your world and look for the absolute, utter destruction of the beautiful landscape, which only the meteorite can do, or a player with lots of rockets and dynamite and bombs. Okay, my number 4 on the list is probably going to surprise a few of you because it's actually quite a late game magic weapon. And it's one I use all the time. It's the Razor Pine. And I want to explain why it is so low on my list. Because I can't deny, for general crowd control, this weapon is nearly unmatched in my opinion. It uses mana, which self-regenerates, which is amazing. So you don't need to worry about ammo. It's got super rapid velocity and attack damage, which is fantastic. My only issue with it, and this is why it's not higher on the list, it drains your mana like anything. Like a crazy person. You can see I'm almost out of mana just from killing a few mobs. So, unfortunately for fighting bosses, which is really what you want your best weapons for, I feel that the Razor Pine just sort of loses out a bit. Another reason it's not higher on the list is that the actual pine needles, they don't pierce. You probably think they do because it fires so rapidly, but they actually, a lot of the damage gets blocked by the mob that it's hitting. So look, I love it. You can see it's tearing up this room, and it's unparalleled for that. Like, I love it. I use it all the time. One of my favorite weapons. But if you said, Happy, do you want to go fight a boss with a magic weapon? I would not be picking Razor Pine. So, general crowd control, yes. You can see it's tearing up the room. For bosses, not so much. Alright, that's my number 4. I'm sure some few people are going to disagree with me, but that's cool. That's why I love doing top 5s. Alright, let's move on to number 3. Okay, number 3 on my list is a weapon you can get super early on in hard mode. And it's actually one you can craft yourself. And you need to walk up to a bookcase. And if you've got a spell tome from the wizard, 30 Ichor, and 15 Souls of Night, you can create my number 3 top magic weapon, which is the the Golden Shower. And the thing I love about the Golden Shower is it's such a great utility weapon. And it's not a weapon you use all the time. And I kind of love, when I'm fighting with it, to quickly spray the mobs to lower their armor, and then swap back to another weapon. So it's like shoot, and swap back. So it's just such an awesome weapon. I think when I'm using it, it's like a mage with like all these different spells up their sleeve, and you just quickly go bang, and then like start whacking on massive damage with something else. So I'll show you the main boss I use it against too. So what I think's really cool is things like the Golden Shower. You can see it working on Skeleton Prime here straight away. So you can get it super early in hard mode, and then you've got it ready to fight the hard mode bosses with. So you just give them a quick spray, and then swap to whatever other weapon you want to use. And it lasts a fair amount of time too, and it's dead obvious when it's worn off because you can see his limbs go away from the bright yellow colour. So super useful, I love using it, it adds a stack of damage. Okay, number 2 on my list, again, is another utility spell, and you can see it's raining heavily, and there is a rather upset cloud chasing me, trying to rain down damage on my head. And if you haven't guessed by now, my number 2 is the Nimbus Rod. And I'm sure if you've ever watched a Let's Play before of someone doing some sort of mage or summoner playthrough, chances are they've been using the Nimbus Rod because it is so useful. Again, like what I said with the Golden Shower, it's one of those spells that you can sort of set and forget. Okay, so I find the Nimbus Rod really useful for bosses that are susceptible to piercing damage. So when you use it on something like the Destroyer, which remember you can get the Nimbus Rod really early on in hard mode, it just means that you've got steady damage going on throughout the fight while you actually swap weapons to something else. And this holds true for a lot of different things as well. So you can use it during events such as the Pirate Invasion, you can use it during the Solar Eclipse, you can use it during Pumpkin Moon, Frost Moon. It's just such a useful weapon, and I find I always carry one with me when I'm just playing for fun. Just on my own world. Okay, and my number 1 all-time favourite magic weapon is the Blizzard Staff. When you use it, it rains down icicle hell on your enemies, and it is super useful for events like the Pumpkin Moon and the Frost Moon. It does use up a lot of mana, but if you've got the right potions on and sort of fire it in burst attacks, like I'm doing, sort of like if you were playing a shooting game and you had an assault rifle, you sort of use it in controlled bursts like that. And coupled with all the other items like the Golden Shower and the Nimbus Rod, it just gives you really good damage output. And I find its critical strikes can be well over 120, 130 damage. If you've got the right sort of gear equipped and all the potions you want on. So super useful. As you can see, I'm just mucking around with the Pumpkin Moon here. And yeah, we've got up to wave 6 pretty quickly with it. So yeah, but super useful. I love it. You can see the damage it's doing to the Pumpkin there. Did about 10,000 in one burst of mana. So yeah, just super useful. Love it. So guys, that's why it's my number 1 choice. Alrighty guys, so that's my top 5 magic weapons. Just to recap, we've got the Space Gun with the Meteor Armor, just for its early game absolute ownage and ease of getting early on in a Terraria game. Razor Pine for its ultimate crowd control abilities in number 4. We've got the Golden Shower in number 3 because of its utility when fighting a lot of bosses and mobs, and the fact you can get it pretty much at the start of hard mode. The Nimbus Rod in number 2, just because it's a set and forget spell, and it's just something that's so useful well up until the end of the game. And in number 1, the Blizzard Staff, because of its absolute damage output. It is a beast if you've got all the right buffs on. And with a few mana statues, you can really let loose with that bad boy. So, look, I really want you guys to have a bit of fun chatting about your top 5 in the comments. Just remember to be respectful. I don't mind at all if you disagree with me. The only thing I ask, I suppose, like I've done in this video, I've given really good reasons, in my opinion, why I've picked the ones I've picked. So, if you're going to say, hey, I think you should have used the Spectre Staff or the, what else is there? There's the Heat Ray or the Leaf Blower. Give me a reason why, you know? Tell me why it's your number 1 or 2 or 4 or 7 or you know what I mean. Also, the other thing, remember, if someone else gives their top 5, you know, it's cool to disagree with that too, but remember, just be polite, say what you think and why, and let's have a great chat about it, guys. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to jump in and have a chat to you in the comments too. So, let me know what you want to see for the next top 5. We could do another weapon type, like melee or ranged or guns or axes. You know, we can be general and just do melee weapons, or we can be specific and do like axes, or I don't know. Let me know. Alright, so, hope you've enjoyed this. Hey guys, thanks as always for hanging out with me and spending some time watching the vid. I really appreciate it, and I always love the chat in the comments that comes afterwards, and yeah, just thanks again for being part of my channel. I really appreciate it. Alright, time for some shout outs as always. We had a really cool one from David Ward, who's been really active in the community, helping people just with questions and things like that. And he's noticed a few of you don't have replies turned on. And I actually said this to David myself when I was trying to chat to him. You know, if you haven't got replies turned on, it sort of makes it really hard for me to get in touch with you. And, you know, it's then I feel bad, but, you know, that's sort of when I start to forget to get back to you because, yeah. So just turn your replies on. Nice and easy. All right, we've got Vincent Oak has asked me, ooh, goodness, he's going to have to be very epic about this. The answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything is 42. If you've seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you'll know where that's coming from. And I saw the scene on YouTube. It was like hilarious. I loved it. All right, we've got... Oh, I like this one. Well, I like all your shout outs, but yeah. Victor Smedsland has asked me, there's 2 people talking. The boy says, "Who's there?" Knocker. Daisy boy. And, oh no, I messed it up. Okay, so alright, I'll try again. So the boy says, "Who's there?" Knocker. Daisy. Boy. Daisy who? And then the knocker says, "Daisy me rolling, they hating." Oh man, that was so tortured. I'm so sorry. It's really funny. I'll like write it down or something. I like it. It was clever. Oh gosh, I butchered that so bad. I think it's a joke you more read than say. Anyway, all right. Now I'm starting to laugh. All right. Blader's Kick 6 is cool. Has asked me to say reciprocal 5 times really fast. So let's go. Reciprocal, 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 reciprocal! Yes, got it out. Nice one. Ah, gosh. Got out a tongue twister. Feels good. Okay. And, okay. Torn Matters asked me to say, great people come in different ways of greatness, but my greatness is from my ability to slay pig-fish hybrids while eating cookies. Pig-fish hybrids? Oh, is that Duke Fish on? Yeah, of course. I like that. I was like, I don't get it. And then I realized. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Should I keep going? I'm like embarrassing myself so bad today. Alright, let's do one more. Alright, and Toby62 has said, wasps just stinging. Wasps just stinging. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay. Yeah, thanks for watching as always. Leave that like button. Don't forget to check out my outro for links to all our different series and vids and Twitters and, you know, all that good stuff. Yeah, leave a comment. Let's have a nice chat about our top 5 magic weapons. And if you haven't subscribed yet, come on, do yourself a favor. Do me a favor. Do the whole world a favor. Come and join our channel. Have a great time hanging out with us. And you get cookies when you join up. How good's that? Alright, crew, stay happy. I'll see you next time. This is HappyDays signing out. You have a great day, night, afternoon, whatever time it is in the world when you watch this video. I'll see you later. See ya! And that means that ectoplasm will be, getting farmed nicely. And you can see that was dead easy to set up that. So the mobs can cruise up the sides. The mimics can get in, which is one of the main things. Yeah, we've got lots of good loot. Oh, he's got 3,000 health! He's only got 3,000!